Hi everyone and welcome to day 19 of my 31 days of horror. I can't believe we're now just over halfway through the month of October and we're on 19 movies already. But anyway, today's movie has been the excellent The Windmill Massacre. Now The Windmill Massacre came out end of August, mid-August to end of August, early September possibly here in the UK. It originally came out as a pay to buy or rent digital download. Places like iTunes, Netflix I think may have it now. Obviously, you've got Google Play, Amazon. There's plenty of other outlets where you can download this, but you can also buy it as a physical copy. Now, I honestly prefer physical copies better than do digital downloads because I just like to have them on display and I do like to own a physical copy. Nothing beats that. But the movie, The Windmill Massacre, it's written and directed by a guy called Nick, and I think it's pronounced Jongrius or Jongrius. I do apologise, Nick, because I think you will be watching this intro. But I do apologise for if I've got that wrong, but I think it's Nick Jongrius. And Nick has been kind enough to do an intro for you guys.
Hey guys, my name is Nick Jongerius and I'm the director of The Windmill Massacre. It's being released in the UK on the 3rd of October, and for the rest of the world it will be around Halloween. I'm super excited and I hope you are too, and please let me know what you think of the film. Okay, bye bye.
So that was Nick, and I do apologise, Nick, if you are watching this and I've got your surname wrong, but it's a difficult pronunciation, especially for somebody like me who is absolutely useless when it comes to names. Anyway, but thanks a lot, Nick, for doing that intro for me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope all you guys who are watching this review also appreciate the effort that these people go to help me with these reviews. I've had plenty of help from other actors and actresses and directors and writers, and I really do appreciate the help and the time that they put into them. Right, all that being said, The Windmill Massacre.
It was a nice night.
Welcome with Happy Holland Tours. Got the ticket?
Ladies and gentlemen, without windmills, there would be no Holland. More than half of Holland lies under sea level.
Unbelievable. Well, the bus doesn't start. Let the motor calm down a little bit.
There are no windmills marked anywhere near here.
So?
Well, what's that then?
What's the legend?
Miller sells his soul to the devil for the secret of keeping his blades turning wind or no wind.
Get out when he's free to go. We need to leave here. It's not safe.
Listen, you mad bitch, put it down!
Put down, you ungrateful little bitch.
So what's the film about, you're asking? Well, The Windmill Massacre is about a group of tourists who, they all get together on this little run-down squalor of a coach, if you will. They all jump on it, and basically they're doing a tour of Amsterdam. But it's obvious from the word go that each and every one of them is hiding something, they're holding something back. And throughout the film, we slowly see what these people are hiding. What secrets are they holding in? Because as these tourists go on this little tour of the outskirts of Amsterdam, if you will, the bus breaks down. Now the bus breaks down, and in the distance, one of the tourists sees this old windmill in the background. She saw it well as the bus was driving past. Now nobody else seems to have seen it. So because the bus is broken down, one of the guys on the bus says, "Well, look out, we can't just all stay here and wait for help. I'll go and look for somebody." This girl who's seen this windmill in the background says, "Well, I'll come here because there is a windmill, hopefully they can help us." So off they go, and yes, you've guessed it, guys, something happens to one of them in the forest where they go through. I'm not going to say what and why, because if I do, it will just totally spoil the film for you. But suffice to say that the girl runs back to the coach, tells them all what's going on. They don't believe her because she's a bit psychotic, and we do pick that up right away at the beginning, because there is a doctor on the coach who spots the medication that she's on, and he puts two and two together, and he knows that she's hiding these thoughts, and yeah, you know what I'm saying. So basically they think she's obviously done something with this guy, she's to blame, so they don't trust her. Now, the buzz or the coach, somehow it finds itself upside down at the side of this hill kind of thing, which it's broken down on. So they've obviously got no choice now but to get off it, and they've got to go and look for help. So they all make their way to this old ramshackled mill, this windmill. And it's there that we find out all the secrets unravel. Now, again, I've got to tread carefully with this, guys, because if I give too much away, it's just going to spoil the film for you, and there's no point in going out watching it. But let's just say there's a lot of blood spilt in this film. Now, also think of Jason Voorhees in his earlier days, before he became Jason Voorhees in like parts 7, 8, 9, 10, if you will, of Friday the 13th. When we first got to know Jason Voorhees, it was raw, it was rough, he wasn't ready for everything, was he, kind of thing. There was still a lot more work to develop on the character. However, the Miller in this film is frightening. I have to say, the people who've done the special effects for the character of the Miller have done a terrific job, because basically it's not seedy, it's not cheesy, it's not over the top. And for a low-budget indie movie, you've got to give big kudos for that. It's well put together. The acting in this film is pretty decent. It really is a good film. Now, I know a lot of people will think, oh, well, it's got a load of British actors, it's going to be dull, it's going to be crap, you know, it's going to be cheesy acting, one-liners. Ignore all that, guys. It really has got a good cast of actors in this film, and they all work well together. There's nothing cheesy about it. There is no one-liners in this. It's a perfectly formed movie, is this. I'll just read the back of it, guys, just to give you a clue of what the synopsis is, right? But it says here, when the buzz breaks down, she and the other tourists are forced to seek shelter in a disused shed beside a sinister windmill, where, legend has it, a devil-worshipping miller once ground the bones of the locals. As members of the group start to disappear, Jennifer learns that they all have something in common, a shared secret that seems to mark them all for doom. There you go, guys. So they've all carrying this secret. It's also from the producers of Frankenstein's Army. It stars, as I said, Noah Taylor from the Game of Thrones, Peaky Blinders. It's got Fiona Hampton, Kingsman: The Secret Service, and Ben Batts, Captain America. So it has got quite a good lineup of actors. So they all know what they're doing. They all know how to act in this film. But yeah, the Miller, like I said, he comes from the guilty. He comes after those harbouring secrets, and he will not let you leave the windmill. Now, if I go too much depth about where the story takes us and what happens in the last half hour of it, again, you won't go out and hire it, guys. You won't go out and buy it, because I've just given the story away. But let's just say that there's a lot in this film to keep you entertained. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. It keeps you invested. You don't drift off playing about on your phone. You don't check your emails. You do literally keep invested in this film right to the end. And the ending has also got a nice twist to it. And you just got to applaud the writer for that, because you don't see it coming. You just think it's going to be just another, you know, cliched, typical woman runs free. You know, she's a sole survivor. I'm not giving anything away, you guys, by the way, but yeah, you think, yeah, she's a sole survivor. You know, everything's falling, you know, happily ever after for this one survivor. No, it doesn't go that way, guys, and that is all I'm going to say on it. You've got to go out and you've got to watch it to understand what I mean. But let's just say that the Miller and the guide, if you will, it's not the last we'll see of them. That's all I'll say. But yeah, The Windmill Massacre, well put together movie, good story, good acting, brilliant gore effects. If you like a gory film, this will not disappoint. It's got a unique story to a point. There's not much cliche in this. Okay, yeah, there is a bit at the beginning when obviously the mobile phones don't work, the buzz breaks down, things like that. But I suppose we need that to get the story going. But once you get past that little bit, the film develops into its own unique little storyline. And like I said, it's got everything. It has got everything in it that I like from a horror film. So The Windmill Massacre. I'm trying to cut this review short, guys, simply because it's one of those films, if I do talk too much about it, I'm going to give everything away and it's just going to ruin it for you. And I don't want to do that. But yeah, please go out, look for this. Nick, who you've just seen on the intro, has done a tremendous job with the story and bringing this to the screen. So give him all your support. Go out, go and hire it, buy it. Doesn't cost a fortune to buy, guys. So yeah, please go out and do that. And when you've seen it, come back and let me know what you thought. If you've seen The Windmill Massacre, guys, what did you think about it? Like I said, for a low-budget indie horror film, I thought it was brilliantly put together. There's nothing too cliche about it. There's nothing cheesy. There's nothing really silly about it. It's a real good throwback to the old 80s, early 90s slasher films. And I personally want to see more of The Miller. I'd love to see a sequel or a prequel, if you will, just to see where it takes us and what Nick can do with the character. I'm not saying we're going to have 10 movies like we have with Friday the 13th. I'm not saying we're going to see another Jason Voorhees born out of this, but I would love to see how The Miller could be developed in another film. Or, like I said, if we see a prequel, what was he all about before he turned to this demon-worshipping maniac, if you will. So yeah, if you see it, guys, comment down below. If you haven't, please go out and hire it. You won't be disappointed. I seriously say, guys, you won't be disappointed. But in the meantime, guys, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll talk to you all very soon.